I'm going to show you the needed information under FCFS, SJF, and PRIO. Here we are! To compute for the waiting time, you need to subtract the time started minus the arrival time. For example, P1 arrived at time 2 and he started at time 6. So, her waiting time is 4. Now, to compute for the turnaround time, we need to subtract the time finished from the arrival time. For example, he arrived at time 1 and time finish is equal to 8. So, his turnaround time is equal to 7. Let's move on to the third one. It is the response time. As we observe, that when it comes to the non-preemptive scheduler, the response time is just the same as the waiting time. Now, for the throughput time, we need the number of processes completed divided by the total time finished. For example, number of processes completed is equal to 4 divided by 20, so throughput time is equal to 0.P/ms. Now, for the CPU utilization, we need the total burst time of process divided by total time finished times 100%. So here is our example. The preemptive scheme formula for the waiting time is different from another one. Here, we need the last submission time minus the arrival time minus the finished burst. Here is our example. FCFS of first come first serve. P0 arrived at time 0 with the burst time of 5, while P1 arrived at time 1 with the burst time of 3. P1 needs to wait for P0 to finish. P2 arrived at time 2 with the burst time of 8, so P2 needs to wait for P1 and P0 to finish, just like in P3. P3 needs to wait for P1, P2, and P0 to finish. Here is a table for FCFS example. The Gantt chart. Getting the waiting time. Getting the response time. Getting the turnaround time. Getting the throughput. SJF or shortest job first. P0 arrived at time 0 with the burst time of 5, while P1 arrived at time 1 with the burst time of 3. Since P1 has the shortest job, then P0 should go first after her arrival. P2 arrived at time 2 with the burst time of 8, and P3 arrived at time 3 with the burst time of 6. Since P3 has the shortest job, then P2 should go first after her arrival. Here's the table for the shortest job first example. Gantt chart. Forgetting the waiting time. Forgetting the turnaround time. Forgetting the throughput.
Created using Powtoon.